My name's Mike Wing, a founder and CEO of a company called Accelera. And what we have is a technology that is focused on improving balance, gait, and proprioception, and promoting active living for children, adults, people with serious chronic issues such as chronic falling, cerebral palsy, all the way to the other side of the spectrum of athletes. So if we can help improve proprioception, performance is going to improve no matter where people are. So proprioception, for those that aren't familiar with that term, is really something that we all have in our bodies. And it's the ability that we have a system that takes information in from our eyes, from our skin receptors, muscle tension, joint position, all of these things, and it tells us where we are in space. And that's why you can close your eyes and touch your finger with your nose. When the proprioceptive system's healthy, that all works. But as we age and as people with some neurological issues, the proprioception is thrown off, and this technology can help. So I'd like to introduce you to something, the product that we're calling the SR100. Now, this is a wrap that you can see in the silhouette. It can be worn on the arms or legs, ankles, wrists. And what it does is it emits a very friendly, very soft vibration, but it's the pattern of the vibration that's key. It uses a stochastic resonance pattern. And it's been discovered and researched that applying stochastic resonance, really what it does is it helps identify sensory signals and clears them up so that the body and the brain can recognize those. And when that happens, movement takes place. It operates through an Apple app right now, and someone can wear up to 4 units at one time. So the studies have shown that there are 3 key things that take place here. It improves the ease of initiating movement. It improves the accuracy of movement and the speed of that movement by enhancing the proprioception in the body. So just to give you a visual of what happens here, this is a young 3-year-old that has never walked independently. On the right-hand side, he's using our technology versus on the left, and you're witnessing Aiden's very first steps. And these videos were taking only 5 minutes apart from each other. This is another one where we have an 8-year-old, cerebral palsy, and you'll see that she's wearing a device on her upper arm, left arm, and her wrist, and you'll see it both in the before and after. The difference is the before is turned off and the after is turned on, and again, 5 minutes apart from each other. And this was a standard test down at the Children's Hospital in Richmond, Virginia, asking her to grasp the paper and give it a tear, which is a significant task for her when she can't control her hands. So that was a big one. And then on the other side of the spectrum, this is a 77-year-old woman named Linda, and she has a very difficult time. She's got a history of falling, and she has a difficult time negotiating stairs. And you'll see right here on the left, she's got a real struggle. And as the center picture, that's immediately after she started using it, on the right-hand side, that's after wearing it for 2 hours. And what this is doing is just taking the body's natural signals and making them clear. It's not adding any kind of artificial signal to the body. It's just allowing the body to act in a natural state. So this is a very well-researched technology. We've licensed this out of Harvard University. It's been researched through the medical school. It's been researched at the Wyss Institute, which is an institute at Harvard, the University of Virginia Commonwealth University, at the Children's Hospital, Boston University, where it originated. Wright State University recently did a study on laparoscopic surgery using our device and saw improvements in hand accuracy and using those tools. And a lot of research came out of University of North Carolina for the athletic side, for ankles and so forth. And all of these studies and all of the experience that we've had shows that If you follow the conventional model, the blue line, you're going to see some improvement. But if you're using stochastic resonance, it's going to augment that improvement, and the performance is going to go up. And this is a very good companion technology. It doesn't change anything in people's lives. It doesn't change anything in physical therapy or occupational therapy. It's an addition to their practice, and it'll just help things move a lot better. And I should note that this is the first wearable technology of its type, and that therefore, people can benefit all day long. So our market, where we're going here is we're starting with the clinical markets, and then we're going to move into the aging, balance, and gait, and then the consumer market for active adults. So right now in the United States alone, there are 43,000 physical therapy and occupational clinics. We've already started working on the sales side. We're meeting with those clinics. We've been making some sales, and we're using, they're going to be using this kit that we provide for them to enhance proprioception for serious neurological deficit patients, such as neuropathy or Parkinson's, cerebral palsy, some of the very chronic things, all the way up to helping patients rehab from ankle injuries or knee injuries, for example. Then right now, in the United States, we get 56 million people that are over the age of 65. And if you look at the data, the balance curve drops like a stone off a cliff. When we get to a certain age, our balance really starts falling off. And by 2030, with the boomers coming into that age group, we're looking at about 90 million people. And, people working with balance, they're probably going to most likely require two devices. And the number one fear for anyone, in that age bracket is falls. It's a very, very serious problem in the country. And then, of course, in the active adults. So if we can help people stay in the game a little bit longer, I think people are going to be really all over that, because we can improve their agility, speed, and their accuracy. So we can enhance active lifestyles through a consumer market. So this here is just a quick picture of the populations that can benefit from this serious, from proprioception improvement. So, of course, you've got across the top, you got all of these specific problems. And, in the United States, you can look at these numbers, 50 million people with balance problems or 65 and older that are going to be experiencing that. 800,000 for cerebral palsy, 20 million neuropathy, and so on and so forth. But if you go across the spectrum here, they all have their own specialists. But if you come down to the green line, the one thing that all of these problems have in common is that they need to either improve or restore proprioception. And that's what this technology is focused on. So we're manufacturing. We have our manufacturing process in place. Our first generation product right here is ready to go. It's, direct to consumer. It's all packaged up, kind of took a page out of Apple for the simple feel of the packaging, and we're out selling product. Our team consists of highly experienced people. Steve and Angela, they've been working in sales and marketing in our space for their whole careers. They're both trained clinicians with experienced backgrounds. We've got a couple of software engineers that are part of the group. We've got, for example, Dr. Ross Safan, who's the president of Spalding Rehab Hospitals. Jim Nemi, probably the leading authority on stochastic resonance stimulation technologies. He's been with this science from the very beginning. Karen's a co-founder. Jeff is on our board and a cherished advisor. And we've got an advisory group for their applications, which is from, Ross from, Spalding Hospital, Dr. Rollin from Virginia's Children's Hospital, Dr. Lou Lipsitz, one of the leading geriatric researchers and practitioners in the country. He's on a Hebrew Senior Life. And Lou was involved with this science, working with Jim when it first came to be. So we're very excited about the team. And right now, we're out raising a Series A. We're looking to raise $2 to $3 million, or we could entertain a much larger round with milestones built into it. And these funds are going to be used to really expand our marketing efforts and develop a strong, robust marketing and social media platforms, and work on our sales. And then on the boards, we have a engineering project that we want to work on to generate, to develop in the second generation device, which will have a much more consumer feel to it, and it'll also improve the manufacturability and cost of goods. Right now, as we stand right now, the cost of goods are good. We're probably a 60% gross margin, but there's a lot of room here to improve that. And as a incentive here for anybody that's thinking about investing, which I hope there are a couple, we're qualified with so this is a Maine company. I'm located up in the greater Portland, Maine area. And we have been qualified with the Finance Authority of Maine, who is offering a 40% rebate to investors out of state. And if someone's in state, it'll apply to their tax returns. But investors out of state are subject to being able to qualify for that 40% return. So that's Accelera in a very quick 7 minutes or 8 minutes, Rosemarie and Cody. Here's my information, and I really would welcome anybody that wants to learn more about this and what we're trying to do here to give me a call, because our goal here is to get as many people using this as possible, because there's no way that this thing is going to harm anybody. It's incredibly safe, and it works. I've seen it over and over again. This weekend, or this week rather, we visited several clinics with 6 different tricky applications, and 6 out of 6 people responded positively. We had an 87-year-old woman that's been using a walker for 3 years start walking with a cane in a matter of minutes, which was shocking to everybody. But it does this over and over again. The signals are there, the brain just has to see it, and that's what this technology helps with.